Have you ever been so worried about life that you stopped for a moment and thought, is this really how I want to live my life? Am I making the best choices for me? If you do ask questions, you're in the right place. Today, we're checking out a special book called How Will You Measure Your Life? It's written by Clayton M. Christensen, a wise teacher from Harvard. He uses lessons from the business world to help us look at our own lives differently. This isn't just any book. It's like a chat with a friend who really understands how to balance work, family, and all the stuff we care about. It's about making sure you're happy with the road you're on. So, if you ever feel like you're just going through the motions at work, at home, or in your relationships, stay tuned. This book might have some good advice for you. Let's explore these ideas together and see if we can find a way to live a life that really feels right. The first chapter is titled, Just Because You Have Feathers. This chapter challenges us to rethink what we assume about our abilities and the paths we choose. The fact that you're supposed to do something doesn't mean you should. Our takeaway from this chapter is about potential and purpose. Just because you have the tools, or in our metaphor, feathers, doesn't automatically mean you can or should fly. It's all about finding where your true strengths lie and not just going with what's expected. Ask yourself, what am I naturally good at? What really fulfills me? These questions guide you to your unique potential, not just the path you think you're supposed to take. And here's the kicker. Choosing passion doesn't just make you happier. It makes you more successful because you're more likely to excel at what you love. That's a key message here. Align your career with your true interests and abilities, not just what you think you're supposed to do. Chapter 1 tells us that having the means to do something like feathers for flying doesn't define your path. You need to find your own unique skies to soar in. Remember, it's not about having the feathers, it's about how you use them to find your own way to fly. Chapter 2 of How Will You Measure Your Life is titled, What Makes Us Tick? Each of us is driven by different things. Some of us chase success, others love it, or maybe we want stability. This chapter challenges us to reflect deeply on what truly motivates us. It's not just about what we do, but why we do it. Here's our key takeaway. Understanding your true motivations helps you align your actions with your deepest values. It's like setting your internal compass to guide you through life's decisions. But how do we figure this out? Think about the moments when you felt most fulfilled. What were you doing? Who were you with? These clues can tell you a lot about what makes you tick. Chapter 2 tells us that knowing what makes us tick is crucial. It's not just about achieving success by external standards, but fulfilling your own personal criteria for happiness and fulfillment. Make choices that resonate with your core motivations, and you'll live a life true to yourself. Chapter 3 is titled, The Balance of Calculation and Serendipity. This chapter helps us understand the importance of planning and the unexpected in shaping our lives. We often try to plan every detail of our lives, like plotting a road trip. We want to control everything, ensuring every step is calculated. But is that always possible or even beneficial? Here's a key lesson. Life throws surprises our way, and these surprises aren't just obstacles, they're opportunities. The chapter teaches us to embrace serendipity, the art of finding value in the unexpected. Think of it this way. While being prepared is important, being open to surprises can lead to experiences and outcomes we never imagined. It's about finding a balance between planning and being receptive to life's unplanned moments. Chapter 3 advises us to maintain a balance between calculated planning and an openness to serendipity. This balance helps us navigate life, not just successfully, but with a sense of adventure and fulfillment. Chapter 4 of How Will You Measure Your Life is titled, Your Strategy is Not What You Say It Is. We all have plans and things we say we'll do, right? But often, there's a gap between our spoken intentions and what we actually do. This chapter challenges us to align these two, ensuring our actions truly reflect our deepest goals and values. Here's a key lesson. Think about where you spend your time, energy, and resources. These are the true indicators of your priorities and strategy in life. It's not just about what you plan or hope to do. It's about what you actually do every day. It's about making conscious choices that steer your daily actions toward what you truly value. This doesn't just apply to your personal life, but also to your career and how you interact with others. Chapter 4 tells us that our true strategy is revealed not through our words, but through our consistent actions. To live a life aligned with your values, let your actions speak louder than your words. Chapter 5 of How We Measure Your Life is titled The Ticking Clock. This chapter reminds us that time is a precious commodity and encourages us to make wise choices about how we use it. Time waits for no one, and each tick of the clock is a moment we can't get back. This chapter drives home the point. Are we using our time in ways that truly matter to us? It's not just about being busy, but being productive is what fulfills us. It's vital to prioritize tasks and commitments based on their real value to our personal and professional lives. Are they bringing us closer to our goals, or are they just keeping us busy? Think about this. How often do you say, "I wish I had more time"? Well, it's not about having more time. It's about making intentional choices with the time we have. This might mean saying no to certain things so we can say yes to what's truly important. Chapter 5 urges us to be mindful about how we spend our time. Each moment is a gift, and how we use it should reflect our deepest values and aspirations. It's about quality, not just quantity. Chapter 6 of How Will You Measure Your Life is titled, What Job Did You Hire That Milkshake For? This intriguing chapter uses a simple milkshake to teach us a profound lesson about understanding our choices and needs. Ever thought about why we buy the things we do? It turns out, every purchase is like hiring someone to do a job. For instance, some buy a milkshake to keep busy during a long drive, others to satiate a child, or just to indulge themselves. Here's the key takeaway. By understanding the job we're hiring products for, businesses can better design their offerings, and we can make more fulfilling choices. It's about digging deeper into our real needs and desires. Think about this. When choosing a product or even a career path, ask yourself, what job is this fulfilling for me? Is it for comfort, efficiency, health, or maybe social status? Understanding this can dramatically shift our decision-making process. Chapter 6 teaches us that understanding a job for our choices, whether it's a milkshake or a major life decision, helps us make more purposeful and satisfying decisions. It's about clarity in our everyday selections and long-term goals. Chapter 7 is titled, Sailing Your Kids on Theseus's Ship. The story of Theseus's ship asks if a ship that has all its parts replaced remains the same ship. This metaphor beautifully parallels parenting. As our children grow, they change in many ways. So are they still the same kids we knew? Here's a key lesson. Just as the ship changes, our kids evolve as they experience life. Our role as parents isn't to keep them unchanged, but to guide their growth and ensure they develop into well-grounded, capable individuals. Think about it. By exposing children to various experiences and supporting their changing interests, we help shape their identities in a positive way. It's about helping them build a set of values and skills that are uniquely theirs. Chapter 7 teaches us that parenting is like maintaining Theseus's ship. We're tasked with helping our children navigate their transformations, ensuring they remain true to their evolving selves. Chapter 8 of How Will You Measure Your Life is titled The Schools of Experience. This chapter reveals that life's most valuable lessons often come from outside traditional classrooms. Let's explore how our everyday experiences shape us. We all graduate from school thinking we've learned what we need to succeed, but this chapter tells us that real education begins when we step into the world. Each experience, each challenge, is a classroom in itself. Here's the key takeaway. Embrace each experience, whether it's a tough day at work, a family crisis, or a travel mishap, as a chance to learn and grow. It's about seeing every situation as an opportunity to gain wisdom and strength. Think about it. How often do we learn more from a mistake or a tough situation than from a textbook? It's these real-world schools of experience that truly test and build our character. In conclusion, Chapter 8 of How Will You Measure Your Life encourages us to view life as a series of educational moments. Every experience, no matter how small, contributes to our lifelong learning and personal growth. The last chapter is titled The Invisible Hand Inside Your Family. Just like in economics, where the invisible hands guides market transactions, our families are influenced by unspoken rules and values that everyone respects. These are not written down, but they powerfully shape how we interact and support one another. Here's a key takeaway. The traditions, expectations, and values that we cultivate in our families act like this invisible hand. They guide us in times of need, help resolve conflicts, and ensure that everyone feels supported and valued. Think about this. During a crisis, how does your family react? Often, it's these ingrained values and roles that kick in to bring order and support. It's about the power of the collective over the individual. In conclusion, this chapter teaches us that the invisible hand inside our family, our shared values and traditions, plays a crucial role in shaping a loving and supportive home environment. It's about nurturing these elements to ensure they continue to guide us positively. That's the end of this summary. What traditions or values act as the invisible hand in your family? How do they help during tough times? Share your experiences in the comments below. And if you found this insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next summary.